Hello, my fellow scientists. Welcome to another day of science. Today, we are going to be talking about surface tension. This is just a few experiments to help you visualize what surface tension is, and since you can't be at school to do it with me, I want to show you and maybe even have the materials on the side, so at another time in the day or another day in general, you can follow along. Collect the materials with your family and you can experiment with surface tension together. So what we have here is a full glass of water. We have a needle. We have a penny, a piece of copy paper, the same that we worked with last time. And we have some water here and a dropper, a glass dropper that's going to help us so much today. So let's get started. I'm so excited. I hope you guys have a great time watching this. Okay, friends, let's get started. Let's start with the full glass of water. What do you think is going to happen when I try and add more water to it? Make your predictions now. Pause here, discuss, or write down what you think is going to happen, and then continue the video. Great, friends. Let's get started. Let's see what's going to happen when I try to add more water to this already full glass. There you have it, folks. What did you think? What did you observe when I put all of that water in the already full cup? Pause here, take your time to discuss or write down what you observed. Okay, let's move along. Now that we saw the surface tension on the full glass of water, let's try the needle. When I drop this needle into the water, what do you think is going to happen? Take your time, pause here to discuss or write down what you think is going to happen. Great, let's get started. Let's see if those predictions are true. Okay, my fellow scientists, what did you observe when you saw that? Take your time to pause here to discuss or write down your observations. Scientists, I have another experiment with the same needle. What do you think would happen when I drop this needle in vertically, up and down, just like this? What do you think is going to happen? Pause here to discuss or write down your predictions for this. Okay, scientists, let's take a look and see what is going to happen when I drop this needle in vertically to the water. There you go, scientists. What do you think happened? Pause here to discuss or write down what you observed. Scientists, let's get moving. Now we have this piece of copy paper, the dropper, and we are going to fill it up with a little bit of water. Now, do you remember what happened when I dropped some water on the copy paper last time? Pause here to discuss or write down what you remember. Great. Let's get moving. I'm going to drop some drops on this piece of paper. And remember what happened last time? And how can I help the speed of absorption a little faster? How can I break the surface tension? Pause here to discuss or write down your predictions or your guesses as to how to break the surface tension. Great. Now let's see. Okay, scientists, what did you observe from that when I pushed it down with my finger? What happened? Pause here to discuss or write down what your observations were. Okay, my fellow scientists, thank you for hanging in there. We are down to our very last experiment, but this is quite a fun one to end with. I want you to predict how many drops of water I can fit onto one side of the penny without it falling over. So please take your time to pause here to write down or discuss what your predictions are as to how many drops of water do you think can fit on one side of the penny. Great. Now let's take a look. Let's see if your predictions are accurate. Okay, my fellow scientists, were your predictions accurate? Pause here to discuss or write down what your observations were. Thank you so much, my fellow scientists, for joining me today on learning more about surface tension. Please feel free to follow along again, rewatch the video, or even recreate it yourselves at home. It's very simple. Please get a grown-up to help you, especially with sharp objects like the needle. But please feel free to follow along. The video will be made available to you. And until next time, scientists.